Don't read it here. My neighbor Emma slipped a folded note into my hand as everyone was leaving the neighborhood BBQ. She looked nervous. "This stays between us," she whispered before hurrying home. I stood frozen, staring at the note. Every terrible possibility raced through my mind. Was someone in danger? Had I offended her? Or was this something I was never supposed to know? The moment I got home, I unfolded it. There was only one sentence. "Meet me tomorrow at 7 p.m. at the old gazebo. Come alone. Please trust me." No explanation. No signature. I barely slept. The next evening, I found Emma waiting at the gazebo overlooking the lake. She looked like she'd rehearsed this conversation 100 times. "I've wanted to tell you something for 3 years, she said. 3 years? She smiled nervously. "Do you remember the winter storm when my mom collapsed?" Of course I did. The roads were covered in ice. I drove them to the hospital because the ambulance was delayed. After that, I checked on them every week until her mother recovered. "I thought anyone would have done the same," I said. Emma shook her head. "No, they didn't." She reached into her bag and placed a small box in my hands. Inside were tiny reminders of moments I'd completely forgotten. A movie ticket from the first film we'd watched with the neighborhood group, a photo from the 4th of July picnic, the keychain I'd accidentally left at her house years ago. "I kept everything," she whispered. Then she handed me one last item. It was a birthday card, unopened. "I wrote that 2 years ago," she said. "I wanted to tell you I loved you, but every time I saw you, I lost my courage." I couldn't believe it. While I'd spent years searching for love in all the wrong places, someone living just 30 feet away had quietly been loving me all along. I looked into her eyes. "So why now?" She laughed softly. "Because yesterday, someone at the BBQ asked if you were dating anyone. And I realized I'd rather risk hearing no than spend the rest of my life wondering what if." For a moment, neither of us spoke. Then I smiled. "You know what's funny?" "What?" "I almost didn't come tonight." She blinked. "I thought the note was going to be a complaint about my loud music." She burst into laughter, tears streaming down her face. I gently took her hand. "I'm really glad I came." A year later, the same neighbors gathered for another summer BBQ. This time, Emma wasn't handing me a secret note. She was introducing everyone to her fiancé. As the sun set, she leaned close and whispered with a smile, "Good thing you listened." Sometimes one small note, one brave confession, and one decision to show up can change your entire life. If this story made you smile, subscribe for more emotional stories with unforgettable twists. You never know, the next story might stay with you long after it ends.